Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Feel free to write to me at walkwithtak@gmail.com if you have any question regarding to this video or any other videos that I have posted in the past. This dish is probably one of my wife's favorite dish. We used to have this dish in a Cantonese restaurant in Chicago, Chinatown. And my wife really enjoys it. We go to that restaurant all the time because we like it the way how they cook it. This chow mein contains baby bok choy, soy tofu puff, shrimp, and a couple other things. Of course, I make some modification of it. But the main ingredient is baby bok choy. Now, baby bok choy is very popular now. You can find it in a lot of grocery stores. Actually, the part of the baby bok choy that is most important is the part right here, which is the stem of the bok choy. And somebody said the baby bok choy tastes kind of a little bit like celery. Well, depends on how you cook it. If you cook it correctly, it has really great flavor. Now, another ingredient in this dish, which my wife really enjoys, is something called soy tofu puff. It basically is a tofu that has been deep fried. And the way how they fried it is that when you cut open the tofu, inside the tofu is really interesting because it looks like sponge. Now, it's very light, but in order to cook it correctly, first of all is that I will season it with my Walk with Tak basic seasoning mix. This will give it a little bit better flavor. But the most important thing is that you soak this with hot water. And the hot water plays a really critical role because it will dissolve the seasoning, and it will, most importantly, is that it will hydrate the tofu, and it will fill the tofu with fluid. So when it is cooked, when you bite into it, it gives a wonderful flavor. It's almost like a pocket of soup. So this is how you cook it. Okay, now let's go into the kitchen and to cook this dish, which is really quite simple. The chow mein part is the pan-fried noodles. Now, this is typical for this Cantonese chow mein. Now, I have shown videos on how to make these pan-fried noodles before. I just use spaghetti pasta noodles, and it worked out really well. In fact, I have been using this wok to pan-fry the noodles. And since I'm going to cook the dish which is going to go together with the noodles, I don't need to wash the wok. So now I am ready to cook. Now, this dish is really fast cooked. I'm going to start out with some bok choy. Now, the bok choy is important when you first cook them. You want to fry them because by frying them, it will give you much better flavor. In fact, you can fry them for different length of time, depending on how much you want to char them. But you notice that when you fry them, the leaf of the bok choy will actually disappear very quickly. Now, this is the reason that you need to have a fairly large wok because when you first put the bok choy in it, it takes up a lot of space. And after you cook it down, it only left with the stem. Next is that I'm going to add some carrot as well as some zucchini. Now, I always call the carrots and the zucchini in this particular dish as the secondary ingredients. They are more like fillers. They provide some additional flavor and texture. And in this case, the bok choy is the primary ingredients. Now, when you cook a dish, it is always good to have multiple ingredients in it. And this is the reason I never cook the bok choy alone. I always add other type of ingredients to go with it because it will make it more interesting and it creates a much better culinary experience. Now, next, I add a little bit more cooking oil. I usually only use limited amount of cooking oil in the beginning because I do not want the dish to be more oily than I would like. So I can always add more if I see that there's a need. Okay, the next step is that I'm going to add some portobello mushroom. Now, this is a good example of sequential stir frying. I add the ingredients that I want to cook a shorter period of time later in the cooking process. Next, I'm going to add some shrimp. Now, you notice that I add the shrimp at this time point. Again, this is a strategy of sequential stir frying because I do not want the shrimp to be overcooked. Now, in the beginning, you might not know what time to add what ingredients, but after a while, you will have appreciation of what is the timing. And so now, as you can see, is that the shrimp is cooking at the rate with the other ingredients. So by the time when other ingredients is ready, the shrimp will be cooked almost perfectly. And this is followed by now adding the soy tofu puff. Now the soy tofu puff added at this point because the soy tofu puff is already cooked. So basically I'm just warming it up. Now you notice that once I add the soy tofu puff, there's a lot of fluid because the soy tofu puff was hydrated in water. So at this point I'm going to season it with a combination of first with some oyster sauce. Now oyster sauce turned out to be really great for almost any type of dishes, and it truly makes the seasoning much simpler. Now I happen to have some teriyaki sauce which I purchased earlier, which I don't really like it that much, but I'm going to use it as a secondary sauce to complement the oyster sauce. Now because I have some extra fluid in the wok, I want the fluid to turn into a sauce. So I add some cornstarch and I sprinkle the cornstarch directly over the food ingredients. As long as you do not put too much cornstarch, you can get away with it without having to make a cornstarch water suspension, which most of the time what people do. As you notice that I do not have any problem of the cornstarch to aggregate, and you notice that also the sauce has thickened. So this is a good, quick and easy way to make a sauce, and it makes it much simpler. In fact, I usually put my cornstarch in a shaker bottle, so this will allow me to easily to mix them effectively. Next, I add a little bit more water because I'm afraid that it might be too thick than what I would like. And I did a taste test, and this is a good part of what I call it flavor tracing. Always constantly taste your dish, because with stir frying, you always have the chance to make the last minute adjustment. So as you can see, now the dish is done. Now recently, a friend of mine asked me the question is that, what is the best way you like it to cook bok choy? Well, I cook bok choy in many different ways. I always use bok choy as a way to create contrast in a dish. Now this particular dish, the bok choy create a nice contrast, particularly with the soy tofu puff. And the way how I cook the bok choy in this particular instance is the bok choy is soft and tender, whereas the soy tofu puff is a bit chewy and as well as it's a bit on the tough side. So this is a very nice contrast. And also the bok choy tend to be savory, and the soy tofu puff will pick up the sauce from the dish and make the flavor bold and in many ways is exciting. And of course the carrot as well as the zucchini also provide contrast to the flavor of the dish. And last but not the least, we must not forget the shrimp and mushroom, and will also add to the interest of this particular dish. So as you can see, the best type of way to cook any type of vegetable is to combine it with other vegetables. But this is only possible if you do advanced prepping. And that's why I always encourage people to practice advanced prepping. Because with advanced prepping, you have the possibility of many different vegetables to choose from. Some of the vegetables, such as onion and carrot, is almost, you should always have them available. Because they are very easy, and you can easily incorporate them into many different type of dishes. Other vegetables like bok choy may be used less often, but still, once you have them in advanced prepping, you can use them for many different type of dishes. Another ingredient that I really like to have in advanced prepping is scallion. As you can see in here, I have the stem portion of the scallion. They have great shell life. You can store them for up to 10 days. Now this is the stem part. Now the green part, the top part, actually has a relatively short shell life. So this is a great dish from the standpoint of both in terms of the nutritional balance, from the health standpoint, but most importantly is from the flavor standpoint. They are rich in flavor with many different combinations. So I post a video each day to help you to make home cooking as part of your daily routine using my fast cooking system, which is flavor chasing, advanced prepping, stir frying, and template-based cooking. And with the fast cooking system, it will help you to make home cooking practical, efficient, creative, and fun. If If you'd like to learn more about my fast cooking system, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. So keep on cooking, and I will see you tomorrow.